The Central Bank of Barbados has stuck to its promise and has published a list of select fees for all 5 of the island's commercial banks on its website today. Among the fees the bank has published are those related to minimum balances for savings and check-ins accounts, monthly fees, charges for deposits and withdrawals, along with some credit card-related fees. Governor Cleviston Haynes says the list will be updated every 6 months. The bank's initiative is to prevent a disincentive for savings that could cause financial exclusion of savers with minimal balances.
While the list does not include the full range of fees, the bank has captured some of the most common ones that institutions charge on traditional products, so that persons in the market for personal retail banking services can compare what various entities are imposing when making their banking decisions. In addition to updating these fees periodically, the bank may expand the select range of fees over time. However, each bank remains obligated to publish their fee structure on their individual website and to give adequate notice before fee changes.
Mr. Haynes was speaking during the July edition of the Domestic Financial Institutions Conference this morning. With reference to the COVID-19 pandemic, he says it has resulted in increased domestic e-commerce and greater use of e-banking and digital payments.
Reduced in-person transactions and interactions over these past few months have boosted our efforts to reduce the use of paper-based payment instruments such as cash and checks. We have had a glimpse into the future how business and payments will be conducted. And preliminary data for the April to June quarter indicates a substantial reduction in check usage and increased use of electronic transfers via the Automated Clearinghouse, or ACH. This transition provides a platform for customers in search of low-cost banking services to alter their banking practices in response to the fees charged by some institutions.
That conference was entitled Mitigating the Effects of Climate Change, a Financial Perspective. Now, we're just 1 month into the Atlantic hurricane season, and the Chief Executive Officer of Mass United Insurance, Randy Graham, was a participant. In responding to a question, he indicated that homeowners should pay attention to the types of policies they have to ensure that they cover floods.
Your typical homeowners, foreign perils policy will cover water damage, and if you buy the contents, you will also get damage against the water for those. Businesses that have the cover could also extend to cover business interruption, which will protect them against the loss of revenue if their building is closed because of water damage. So the damage is definitely available in the region. If you have to buy the right policy though, because if you buy a fire-only policy, that policy does not cover the water damage.
Mr. Graham says insurance providers are doing their part in relooking the wording in the various policies to make sure people fully understand what they're getting.
The worst thing is to have an event and an individual has damage to their house or to their business, to present a claim in the insurance company and then hear that, your policy wording does not cover that. At the point of making that claim and understanding at that point, it's a terrible feeling to hear it after the damage. So the public education that we see going on now by the GIAB to put notices out in the public and by insurance companies to continually educate their customers and to make policy wording, I would say more user friendly or easier to read.
Time now to take a look at how stocks traded on selected exchanges across the region.
In Jamaica, Wigton Windform Limited ordinary shares was the volume leader with 1,912,553 units. In Trinidad and Tobago, NTB Financial Group Limited was the volume leader with 14,872 shares changing hands, all for a value of $117,042.64. And here in Barbados, Cape Shepherd and Company Limited was the volume leader, trading 1,000 shares at $4.39 each.